On a crisp night under the blazing arena lights, boxing once again delivered a story of willpower, skill, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. From Ukraine came Oleksandr Usyk, a man already carrying the weight of expectation long before this night. An Olympic gold medalist, a technician of the sweet science, a fighter whose footwork and fluidity were whispered about with awe across gyms worldwide. To his countrymen, he was not just a boxer. He was a symbol of pride, of discipline, of artistry inside the squared circle. Every step he took into the ring carried echoes of history and the promise of destiny. Across from him stood Thabiso, the Rock Mchunu of South Africa. Shorter in stature but brimming with defiance, Mchunu was the type of fighter who thrived in shadows, underestimated by the casual fan, yet respected by those who had faced his awkward angles and crafty counters. He was not here as a stepping stone. He was here to test the champion, to show the world that awkwardness, resilience, and grit could be as dangerous as raw power. The clash between these two men was not just a fight, it was a collision of philosophies. Usyk, the grand chess master, versus Mchunu, the unpredictable disruptor. And as the referee brought them together in the center of the ring, his voice cutting through the tension, "This has to be clean. Good luck." The atmosphere thickened with anticipation. The crowd surged with energy, their voices creating a storm of expectation. Flags of Ukraine and South Africa rippled in the stands, chants clashing in a symphony of nationalism. Every camera flash was a spark against the darkened backdrop, every drum of applause a heartbeat echoing through the arena. Commentators leaned into their microphones, voices tense with excitement. The air smelled of sweat, resin, and anticipation. Time slowed. The bell rang. And the battle began. The first round was not about violence, it was about respect. Usyk, usually quick to dictate the pace, circled cautiously. His eyes never left Mchunu, searching for openings, testing range. But Mchunu's stance was compact, low, and frustrating. He flicked his jab, stepped in with short hooks, then retreated before Usyk could react. Every time Usyk twitched his left hand, Mchunu disrupted the rhythm, firing back counters that earned murmurs from the crowd. Usyk, famed for his left, didn't throw it decisively once in the round. This was no ordinary opponent. As the second round unfolded, the unease in Usyk's corner became noticeable. The Ukrainian, normally so fluid, found himself caught in a maze of awkward angles. Mchunu crouched low, his compact frame making him a difficult target. Each time Usyk tried to step in with authority, Mchunu darted sideways, snapping out his right jab and hooking with quick, surprising bursts. The South African's timing was sharp. He didn't need power to make a statement, just precision. Usyk, usually commanding with his left hand, seemed reluctant to throw it, wary of being countered. The crowd grew restless, their cheers turning into murmurs as the underdog dictated the rhythm. The commentators noted with surprise, "Usyk hasn't fired the left yet, he's waiting, but Mchunu is stealing these moments." For the first time in a long while, Usyk looked tentative, as if searching for an answer that wasn't there. Confidence surged through Thabiso Mchunu as the third round began. His eyes narrowed, his movements sharpened. No longer just surviving, he pressed the action, darting inside and unleashing short, compact punches that forced Usyk to reset. A stiff right hook connected, snapping Usyk's head back and drawing gasps from the crowd. The Ukrainian, famed for his poise, blinked and circled, but Mchunu chased, swarming with quick jabs and looping lefts. For the first time, Usyk looked unsettled, his rhythm broken, his angles denied. The fans leaned forward in disbelief. Could the South African, the heavy underdog, truly be taking command? The unofficial scorecards flashed on screen, 2-1, in favor of Mchunu. The commentators marveled, this is no easy night for Usyk. Mchunu is surprising him with every move. The tension was real. In those moments, the possibility of an upset hung thick in the air. As the bell rang for round 4, the pattern of the fight seemed set, Mchunu darting in with awkward bursts, Usyk still probing for answers. But beneath the surface, the Ukrainian was recalibrating. His footwork grew sharper, his pivots tighter. Instead of chasing, he began to step to the side, forcing Mchunu to turn, forcing him into positions where his short reach betrayed him. The jab now landed with greater intent, snapping against the guard, popping Mchunu's head back just enough to draw reactions. Usyk feinted with his shoulders, studying every twitch in return. Slowly, the chessboard shifted. Mchunu still fired back bravely, darting with his hook, but each time he missed by an inch, Usyk gathered data. The crowd sensed the subtle change. The Ukrainian wasn't rushing, he was laying traps. And though the round remained competitive, the balance of control had begun to slide. Usyk was adjusting, silently, patiently, ominously. By round 5, Usyk's intentions became clear. Gone was the hesitation. He now stepped forward with purpose, snapping the jab not once but in rapid succession, doubling it up to blind Mchunu's defense. Then came the left hand, at last, unleashed with authority, slamming through the guard and drawing cheers from the crowd. Usyk's rhythm flowed like a river, unpredictable yet relentless. He circled, shifted angles, and struck before Mchunu could reset. For the South African, the fight was changing. His bursts of offense no longer rattled Usyk, and his once effective right hook was being countered with precision. The crowd roared with every clean Ukrainian punch, sensing momentum swing. Mchunu's eyes showed determination, but his movements grew heavier, his reactions slower. The champion had solved the puzzle. The tide, invisible at first, now surged with force. Round 5 ended not with Mchunu leading the dance, but with Usyk dictating every step. The storm was building. Usyk finally broke through. After jabbing his way in, he slipped inside and unleashed a sharp left uppercut that sent Mchunu crashing to the canvas. The crowd roared, the referee counted 4, 5, 6, and Mchunu, showing grit, rose to fight on. But the change was clear. His legs were slower, his defense thinner. Usyk pressed forward, peppering him with combinations, stepping around him with ease. Though the bell ended the round, the tide had turned. Mchunu was brave, but Usyk had found the key. Now in full command, Usyk boxed with freedom. His jab snapped Mchunu's head back, his footwork cut off escape, and his hands flowed in 3- and 4-punch bursts. Mchunu tried to fire back, but his punches no longer carried danger. The Ukrainian absorbed them, answering with clean shots that whipped the crowd into cheers. Each minute wore the South African down, his breath heavy, his rhythm gone. Usyk, calm yet ruthless, dictated every move. The champion was dismantling him methodically. The 8th began with a crackling energy in the arena. Usyk stalked forward, his eyes locked, his punches precise. He feinted high, jabbed low, then ripped a left hand over the top. The blow staggered Mchunu backward, and before he could recover, Usyk unleashed a flurry that ended with a crushing hook. Mchunu crumpled to the canvas for the second time. The crowd erupted, the referee counted, and again the South African showed his heart, rising, battered but unbroken. Yet the truth was clear to all watching. His legs wobbled, his guard leaked openings, his punches came slower. Usyk circled him like a matador, landing at will, smiling grimly as his combinations flowed. Every shot was calculated, every angle perfect. The round ended with Mchunu still standing, but hanging on by willpower alone. The fans knew the end was near. The champion smelled blood. The 9th round began under a cloud of inevitability. Usyk wasted no time, stepping forward and unleashing combinations that crashed against Mchunu's weary guard. A jab split through, followed by a left hand that snapped the challenger's head back violently. Mchunu staggered, desperately trying to answer with his right hook, but his timing was gone. Usyk circled, pivoted, then landed another thunderous left over the top. Mchunu's body gave way, collapsing to the canvas once more. The referee looked into his eyes, saw the exhaustion, the punishment, the danger, and waved it off. The crowd erupted, flags waved high, and chants thundered through the arena. The official announcement rang out. At 1 minute 53 seconds of round 9, the winner by TKO, and still WBO Cruiserweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk. The Ukrainian lifted his hands, the picture of dominance. The puzzle was solved, the storm complete, the champion undeniable. What a spectacle! From the tense opening rounds to the explosive finish, Oleksandr Usyk versus Thabiso Mchunu gave us everything: drama, skill, and the heart of two warriors. But now we turn to you. Was this the fight that revealed Usyk's true greatness, or did Mchunu show us vulnerabilities that future opponents could exploit? Share your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your take. If you loved this breakdown, hit that like button to keep this channel growing, and don't forget to subscribe with notifications on so you never miss another cinematic fight recap. Share this video with your friends, fellow boxing fans, and anyone who loves the sweet science. With your support, we'll keep delivering the most thrilling and dramatic boxing stories, fight after fight.